ABC News senior correspondent Terry Moran is now suspended after a wild rant against President Trump and one of his top advisors.
Rich Edson is live at the White House with the details. Rich?
Hey, good morning, Ainsley, Lawrence, and Brian. Well, that now deleted late-night post from the weekend from the ABC News correspondent Terry Moran reads, quote, "The thing about Stephen Miller is not that he is the brains behind Trumpism. Yes, he's one of the people who conceptualizes the impulses of the Trumpist movement and translates them into policy. But that's not what's interesting about Miller. It's not the brains, it's bile. Miller is a man who was richly endowed with the capacity for hatred. He's a world-class hater. You can see this just by looking at him, because you can see that his hatred are a spiritual nourishment. He eats hate. Trump is a world-class hater, but his hatred is only a means to an end, and that end is his own glorification. That is his spiritual nourishment." Officials at the White House are standing behind Miller.
This is unacceptable and unhinged rhetoric coming from someone who works at a major television network. But I think this speaks to the distrust that the American public have in the legacy media. And it's why in the White House press shop and in President Trump's White House, we have made so many significant and much needed changes to press access and transparency at the White House.
Yeah, President Trump is much more accessible than his predecessor, though there have been high-profile fights with media organizations. The Associated Press sued the White House for banning the AP from certain events, and the administration's also swapped out major legacy organizations at the Pentagon. Back to the Moran story. In a statement, ABC News said, quote, "ABC News stands for objectivity and impartiality in its news coverage and does not condone subjective personal attacks on others. The Post does not reflect the views of ABC News and violates our standards. As a result, Terry Moran has been suspended pending further evaluation." Now, in April, Moran interviewed President Trump in the Oval Office. Last year, ABC News controversially settled a lawsuit that President Trump had filed for defamation against the network for $15 million. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Rich. I take you back to that interview when the president did the interview with him. He says, "You came into my office and you were so nice. And then you start this interview and you start these gotcha questions." Now, this guy releases this strong tweet against the president and a member of his staff with such fury. But there was no fear at all when we lost American citizens every single month for 4 years because illegals were killing them. There was no passion. There was no fire. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking about right there.
J.D. Vance posted after Terry Moran's post was taken down, he defended the administration. He said, "An ABC journalist, Terry Moran, posted this absolutely vile smear of Stephen Miller. It's dripping with hatred. Remember that every time you watch ABC's coverage of the Trump administration."
I mean, that's just so true. For example, he's not a commentator. If you're on the panel
he's a journalist.
On ABC, you know, Reince Priebus, Chris Christie.
Yeah, they can get
yeah, I get it. Yeah. Okay, if you're on ABC, well, they tend to have more negative Trump people. That's commentary.
Right.
But when you have somebody who goes out there covering stories of immigration and the budget, you know they're going to do a story on the big, beautiful bill and make it sound bad. You know they're going to talk about what's happening in Los Angeles and make it seem like those National Guard troops are unnecessary. But then you have somebody who, I don't know what he was doing late at night, tweeting, you get the true feelings out. And that's what Trump picks up. He doesn't mind tough questions. He likes tough questions because he's got answers, but he hates assumptive questions that have a negative connotation without even acknowledging, okay, you don't like what we're doing with ICE. You're going to acknowledge the border's sealed for the first time in your lifetime? Are you going to acknowledge that the message in Central and South America is don't come? Are you going to acknowledge that thousands of Chinese came through and we still don't know where they are or how they got here? So I think that this is so detrimental to ABC. It's worse than Scott Pelley, and it's worse than Stephanopoulos. Because Stephanopoulos, everybody knows, ABC, you know, he's a
he worked for Bill Clinton, yeah.
But he's supposed to be the national reporter who's going to approach things evenly. So that, along with Scott Pelley over the weekend, sat down and said, I'm urging CBS not to cut a deal with the president.
Unbelievable.
So he said, urging CBS, he goes, don't cut a deal with the president. And we've seen his rant at Wake Forest.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.